Have you ever noticed the incredible speed and skill of Magnus Carlsen, the reigning world champion? He's known not just for winning, but for doing it with absolute dominance. Welcome to ChessFlix, where we bring you the most astonishing chess battles and stories from around the world. From Sergey Kiriakin to Bill Gates and Lars Monson, we'll explore these lightning-fast games and witness some of Magnus's fastest wins, where he annihilated his opponents in mere seconds. And before we dive into this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below saying you subscribed, and I'll try my best to reply to as many comments as possible. Game 1. Magnus vs. Sergey Kiriakin. In these thrilling chess encounters, we witness Magnus Carlsen, the reigning world chess champion, facing formidable opponents. His strategic brilliance shines through, and I'll take you through the games. Our first game features Magnus against Sergey Kiriakin, a super grandmaster with an impressive track record. With both players having just 3 minutes on the clock, Magnus confidently begins the game with pawn to e4, answered by Sergey's e5. This sets the stage for the Roy Lopez opening, an arena where Magnus feels right at home. After some trades, Magnus swiftly develops his knight, while Sergey castles kingside. As the battle unfolds, Magnus makes a crucial move, attacking Sergey's knight. Sergey counters, and a strategic dance begins. Sergey's knight lands on g5, but a critical error awaits. Magnus seizes the opportunity, advancing his pawn to g4, targeting Sergey's bishop. Sergey, instead of capturing Magnus's bishop, retreats, a decision that signals the beginning of the end. With Sergey's defenses weakening, Magnus launches an aggressive assault, relentlessly advancing his pieces towards Sergey's exposed king. After Sergey's knight moves to e6, Magnus takes control of the open file, setting the stage for a lethal kingside attack. Sergey realizes the trouble he's in, investing more time in each move. A series of exchanges follows, and Magnus trades rooks, bringing his queen into play. Then, a brilliant move, queen to g6, check, winning a pawn, and initiating a rook exchange. Magnus's final blow comes as he advances his pawn to f6, threatening checkmate after queen to g7. Sergey's chances of victory crumble. Game 2. Magnus vs. Espen. Now let's shift our focus to another electrifying match. Magnus facing Fightmaster Espen. In this game, Magnus starts with a pawn to g3, a unique choice. Espen responds with d5, entering the King's Fianchetto opening. As the game unfolds, both players develop their pieces, and Magnus aggressively presses with pawn to e4, asserting control over the center. With knights and bishops in play, both kings find safety through castling, and Magnus exerts pressure with pawn to c4. Impatient tapping from Espen as the game intensifies shows the tension at the board. Magnus positions his knight menacingly near Espen king, sensing an opening. Then, Magnus seizes the opportunity, initiating a sequence of moves, culminating in a forced checkmate. Game 3. Magnus vs. Bill Gates. In this next electrifying chess encounter, we witness Magnus Carlsen facing off against none other than Bill Gates. This game is a true testament to Magnus's extraordinary chess prowess. The game begins with Bill Gates playing with the white pieces, confidently opening with e4. Magnus Carlsen, undaunted, responds swiftly. Magnus kicks off with his knight to c6, immediately applying pressure on Bill's position. Bill responds by moving his knight to f3. Tension is building. Now Magnus plays d5, increasing the pressure on Bill Gates. Bill, not one to back down, defends his pawn with a creative move. Magnus follows up with knight to f6, adding even more pressure to Gates' pawn. The battle is intensifying. Finally, the pawns in the center are traded off, bringing Magnus's queen into the action. Magnus's pieces are getting active. Bill Gates attempts an attack on Magnus's queen, but Magnus quickly sidesteps, leaving Bill puzzled. In this crucial moment, Bill Gates makes a move that would prove disastrous. He decides to castle, a move that would lead to his downfall. Magnus pounces on this opportunity. He plays bishop to g3, creating a double pin on Gates' queen, while also threatening a devastating attack. Magnus doesn't hesitate. He swiftly brings his knight into the game, knowing that victory is within his grasp. As expected, Gates takes what appears to be a free knight, a move that Magnus anticipated. In an astonishing finale, Magnus Carlsen delivers the final move. Queen to h2. Checkmate. The game is over in just 9 moves. With less than 12 seconds on the clock, Magnus Carlsen managed to defeat one of the richest men in the world, Bill Gates. A true display of his extraordinary chess skills.
Oh, that was quick. Oh, that was...
Game 4. Magnus versus Lars Monson. In this remarkable chess feat, Magnus Carlsen faces off against the famous explorer and formidable chess player, Lars Monson. The challenge? To achieve checkmate with just a few seconds left on the clock. The game commences with Magnus making his first move, pawn to e4. Lars Monson, the daring explorer, responds with c5, opting for the Sicilian defense. As both players develop their initial pieces, Magnus sets the stage for his forthcoming attack. He moves his knight with precision, aiming to fork Monson's pieces and forcing a trade. This is the beginning of Magnus's calculated offensive. His queen comes into play early, applying pressure. Monson, already sensing trouble, targets Magnus's queen, but Magnus retreats skillfully. As the game progresses, both players continue to develop their pieces. Monson decides to castle, a prudent move given the mounting tension. Magnus, undeterred, starts pushing his pawns aggressively towards Monson's king, setting the stage for a formidable attack. Monson deliberates, realizing the gravity of the situation. In a critical moment, Monson retreats his knight, allowing Magnus to bring his knight into the action and advance his pawn. The tension builds. After knights are traded off, Magnus captures Monson's pawn. If Monson takes this pawn, he risks exposing his king to Magnus's rook, a dire prospect. Magnus continues to make his presence felt. He brings his rook into the game, then captures another pawn, steadily closing in on Monson's king. His queen also approached menacingly. Monson's moment of desperation arrives. He places his queen on f7, unwittingly allowing Magnus to capture it for free. A critical error. At this junction, Monson disrupts the clock, attempting to slow Magnus down. But time is running out. Magnus masterfully surrounds Monson's king and promotes his pawn to a queen, delivering a swift checkmate just as Monson runs out of time on the clock. The game ends with a handshake, Monson acknowledging Magnus's exceptional speed and strategy, having been outplayed in a matter of seconds. And our exploration of Carlsen's rapid victories doesn't conclude here. Prepare for more exhilarating chess showdowns in our upcoming future videos. If you enjoyed these lightning chess battles, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to ChessFlix for more electrifying chess content. We'll continue to bring you the most thrilling matches and stories from the world of chess. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of Magnus Carlsen's fastest wins. Stay tuned for more incredible chess action right here on ChessFlix.